Hello! Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'll be reviewing Trailers, the live action scare maze at Fright Nights 2025. Please be warned that this review features strobe lighting and scenes of a gory nature, along with spoilers for the maze obviously. A quick note to mention, none of the photography or videos are mine. A massive thank you to PlanIt Park and Theme Park Guide for the material. Trailers is a scare maze at Thorpe Park, initially opening in 2021. In this maze, you enter Super Spark Cinema and witness the power of movies come to life. Upon being batched into your group, you then enter into the lobby of the cinema. In here, you are greeted by a safety briefing warning you of the scares ahead. Please note that this maze is not suitable for those who have claustrophobia, asthma, are pregnant, or have a nervous disposition. The attraction features loud noises, strobe lighting, smoke effects, and pyrotechnics, so be aware of that before entering. According to Thorpe Park's official website, Trailers has a scare rating of 4 out of 5, alongside a sensory rating of 5 out of 5. Once you have completed the safety briefing, you are greeted by an actor in a worn-out Super Sparks uniform, ushering you into screen 20. Here you are greeted by the director, who explains that he is ready to star you in the films. Once he says lights, camera, action, the actor in the Super Sparks uniform ushers you into the screen. This is where the true scares begin. The first film you enter is titled Beyond the Chair, a horror based on a killer dentist. The room is based upon the old Fright Nights maze, The Asylum. In fact, most rooms in this maze are nods to former scare attractions at the park. In this room, you have a dentist that pops out from behind a blood-stained curtain. The room is dimly lit and is occupied by the screams of an actor portraying one of the dentist's patients. As you go through the room, you have the constant threat of the dentist actor pushing through the curtain and scaring you. Overall, the room is very effective, full of references to the asylum, and is a great first film in the maze. Following this, you enter the next film, Bozo's Play Zone Back to Play. This is a reference to the former scare maze known as the Big Top. Focusing on clowns, this room is split into 3 sections. The first is a winding corridor with 3 mirrors in it. As you pass the left mirror, there is a loud noise and a light shines in the mirror, revealing an actor on the other side. As you turn the corner, the actor that was in the mirror pops out from behind a curtain to scare unsuspecting maze goers. Then, you enter the second part of this section. Here, the only light you have are white and red strobes. You have an actor that pops out of a box, laughing crazily at you before disappearing and coming out from behind the boxes to roam the room. Then you enter the third and final part of the clown section. This resembles a fun house. Sometimes there can be an actor in here, however in my most recent experience of this maze, there wasn't. Thus concludes the end of the second film segment. The next film is one that was new for 2024, Creek Freaks. This is clearly a reference to the beloved scare maze Creek Freak Massacre that closed in 2022. Creek Freaks revolves around the buckwheats, the rednecks out for blood. This room features what appears to be 2 jail cells, of which normally have 2 actors overall. The actors do a fantastic job in this room, really putting loads of effort into the role. The room is noticeably shorter than the previous 2, however. The room is decorated with loads of strips of patchwork fabric and body parts hung on the walls. Moving on to the smallest room in the entire maze, 8 Dolls is up next. This room features 3 dolls on either side of the room, with one more doll at the end of the narrow corridor. However, one of the dolls is actually an actor in disguise. This is yet again one of the best scares in the attraction. Following this, we have our first new for 2025 room, The Hollow Veil. This is based off of the former Fright Nights attraction, Roots of Evil. In this room, there is normally one actor, from what I can tell, whom's trying to invite you to dinner. However, you are the dinner. This room is very nicely decorated and also features a mangled victim on the wall. It genuinely looks like the Demogorgons had a go on him. Next, we have the largest room in the entire maze, the Sleeper Express. This is based on yet another scare maze that once operated for Fright Nights until 2021, known as Platform 15. This, like Bozo's Play Zone, is split up into 3 different sections. The first section features barrels of tar and an actor that bangs a chain on the barrels. This is an incredibly atmospheric room. The second part of the Sleeper Express is simply a corridor with a sign which was being reused from Platform 15. As much as I never experienced Platform 15, I can still appreciate the reference. The third and final section of this film features a bed. Now normally there is an actor that crawls out the centre of the bed. However, during my run through on the 10th of October, there was not an actor there, unfortunately. Final film in this maze is the second and final new for 2025 room, X24 Pain is Progress. This is based on the old scare maze Experiment 10. This room features a corpse that is horribly torn apart alongside an actor. This whole room is very clinical, a large contrast to the dark and edgy themes previously. This room is very atmospheric and is a great final film for the attraction. After this, you leave the screen. For most people, you'd think that the maze is over at this point. Boy oh boy how they aren't prepared for what's next. When you make your way back into the cinema lobby, you are greeted by two of the buckwheats, forcing you into the projection room. In here, you have a patient from X24. Here is where the pyrotechnics come into trailers. There is a large explosion of sparks once you turn the corner, and then you are greeted by a clown. The clown is holding a baseball bat and chases you out of the maze, which is a really effective way to end the maze on a high note. And there we have it, my review of trailers as of Fright Nights 2025. In summary, this maze is amazing and I hope to see it many future Fright Nights. The thing I like about this maze is the fact that the rooms can keep changing, theoretically meaning it can stay there for a long time. Hopefully it's at Fright Nights 2026. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe as it really does support the channel. And I hope to see you in my next video, which will be another Scare Maze review.